What's going on, everybody? Eric here with driverlineup.com, hanging out with Remy over here in the passenger seat. Remy, say hi. And Jenna's in the back. I just woke up from a nap. So what? I'm trying to tell a story here. I'm trying to tell a story. She's mad because of this morning, which I'll get to that in a minute. We're going to talk about the George Washington Bridge in a full-size commercial tractor trailer.
It sucks.
It definitely sucks. But before we do that, you guys know that a few months ago we introduced Matt and Liz from No Luck Trucking. They were at Prime for a few years and have made the upgrade to Landstar, which is amazing. Congratulations to them, of course. But we've got there's a video we did, a live. That live may not be up anymore. I think that one is. Like 6 months ago in Springfield with Josh, and I think Cheyenne was in it. Was she?
I don't think she was. I think it was just you and Josh.
Just me and Josh, maybe. We did a live like 6 months ago.
On the couch. Josh
and Cheyenne. Josh has been driving with Prime for like 4 years, I believe. He's been a trainer. And Cheyenne has been on the truck with him for a year. And they decided that she was going to drive. So she's currently going through TNT. He's training her. And they just published their first YouTube video. So another team couple, another team couple that are good friends of ours. Really good friends of ours. Jenna talks to Josh and Cheyenne probably like every day. But I was talking to Josh on the phone last night about YouTube and all kinds of other stuff. So I want to give him a good plug. If you guys could please do us a solid and do Josh and Cheyenne a solid. If you want to see a young couple out there training each other or him training her and their team journey out on the road with Prime Inc., click the link below down in the description. I'll put it in the comments as well. Make sure you guys do what you do. Go show them some support. Another Prime couple.
They are a much cuter, younger, non-pregnant version of us.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, go hit them. It's First 48 Trucking is their channel. I'll link to it down below. Okay, so let's get into, in yesterday's video, I said that I was probably going to regret this load. I did.
Oh, I already knew that.
Absolutely regretted it so much. It was 600 miles, $4 a mile. And I just was like, it was going to be in before the payroll cut off. So we were like, screw it, we'll run it. Man, half of you that drive up here in New York City, in this area, tip of the hat to you. If you drive up here on the regular, tip of the hat to you. I don't know how you do it. The other half of you, screw you. What the hell? I did a video like months ago talking about how dangerous some of the New Jersey drivers are. Man, that is nothing compared to coming across the George Washington Bridge into Manhattan during rush hour. It's with some of the most aggressive, caution to the wind truck driving that I've ever seen, ever. Would you agree, Jenna?
Well, let's put it like this. It's absolutely terrifying. Was it actually on the George Washington Bridge where it says trucks in the middle lane 30 miles an hour, or was that after it?
After. Yeah.
Oh, well, but it's still relevant.
That was the next bridge.
Because, like, when we got to the trucks 30 miles an hour center lane, it was literally a free-for-all at 75 miles an hour, you know, and the point or the reason I bring that up is the whole point being the rules do not apply, and everybody is like running as if it's like World War Z.
Everything's made up and the points don't matter. You guys who have driven to Long Island, you'll know when you cross, you get through New York City, and then you go to that, whatever that second bridge is it 295, or I can't remember. That second bridge, they funnel, the signs say trucks use only center lane. And then the lane to the left and the lane to the right are for cars only. And it says 30 miles per hour. She is not kidding when she said trucks were doing interstate speeds in all 3 lanes. Like, there was, going across that bridge, they were doing 60 miles an hour. And I'm over there doing, you know, 34, 33 miles per hour. Dumb prime truck in the center lane. And it's just, but crossing that bridge, here's what happened. First of all, my trip planning was designed to get me on the bridge at about 4:15 this morning. It's a weekday. That's what my trip planning was designed to do. What my trip planning did not take into account is that I would have about 100 miles of heavy rain and very heavy fog, which bogged me way down. Even with these super bright headlights, I couldn't see shit in front of me, and I'm not risking doing 65 if I can't see. Especially, I don't have a deer guard on this truck yet, and there were some deer out there, and if I can't see tail lights and stuff up ahead of me and nobody's talking on CB, I'm not doing 65. So, you know, I had slowed way down for that last probably 75 miles up until New Jersey, and that slowed me way down. So my plan to get to George Washington Bridge before rush hour this morning collapsed about 10 miles before the bridge. It was great all the way through most of New Jersey. We came in off 80, so through most of New Jersey, great, wide open, no problem. As soon as we got into the express lane to get into, it was 95, get prepared to go across the George Washington Bridge, it all went to shit. This would have been probably about 10 or 15 minutes after 5 o'clock this morning. And it was like, that was the time that everybody was like, okay, let's go do it. So it reminded me of playing Super Mario Kart, but in real life, where like everybody's just running into each other and throwing bananas and throwing turtles at each other. And that bridge is so damn rough. I don't know why. Was it like $100 and something to cross it? So they got to be doing millions of dollars a day, or hundreds of millions, right? I mean, it's got to be like 100 million, hundreds of millions of dollars a year of tolls crossing that bridge. And it's the roughest bridge in the country. As those who live up here will call it, there's a lot of empty pots. But they're like not just little potholes. They're actual gigantic holes in the bridge. And in places where they tried to fix them, they just put a big steel plate that's sticking up off the ground like 3 or 4 inches. So the whole, it was a gnarly experience this morning. Fortunately, once we got across that second bridge, then we were kind of outbound into Long Island, and all the traffic was jamming up on the other side. So the hell was minimal, you know, but still it was extraordinary hell. I just know there's not enough money that's worth that kind of chaos. Like, I was getting cut off by doubles on the bridge. You know, like a truck with doubles, FedEx trucks and Estes and all, they'd be coming up on the sides, and there's this truck in front of them, and they don't like that, so they just swing in front of me and I have to hit the brakes. Like, they don't even give a shit. And all this is happening in the chaos of that bridge and the aftermath of the bridge. Oh, I hate it. So miserable. So anyway, we somehow survived that, and both of us were exhausted because the road was really rough. So Jenna didn't sleep much at all coming into Long Island, and then the receiver that we got to was one of the sketchiest. I'm not going to name the customer. I'll just tell you, it is one of the sketchiest, weirdest places that I've ever delivered to. Like, just super sketchy. Hard to get in and out of this lot. The lot's not made for trucks at all, and not even remotely close to made for trucks. It's made for four-wheelers. You go into this four-wheeler lot, then you have to navigate around this building between fences, and they got trailers parked all over the place, and then you get in the back and there's no room whatsoever to get moved around, and no one there spoke English. So it was, which I don't have a problem with, it's just, it makes communication difficult, because I'm trying to figure out, what do you want us to do? You know, and Jenna's out there like, hey, you know, what do you want to happen? Do you want the trailer to go here, or do you want the trailer? They kept having us move it and put it in different places. And then, because we're picking a load up out here, you guys who drive out here often know that there's no washout and really nowhere to get fuel in all of Long Island. There is no trailer washout in all of Long Island. Nowhere, no truck stop. Well, if you're picking up out here, you have to figure that shit out. So the trailer that they pointed to, the empty, which we were hoping we would keep the trailer we had, because I had already filled it up with fuel. It was a dry load. So I'd already filled it up with fuel in anticipation of not being able to get fuel over here. I thought it was going to be a live unload. So we were hoping that, okay, hopefully the trailer is not too dirty, because we're going to have to wash it out ourselves, and we'll go in full of fuel. Well, the trailer that the guy, he's like, drop it over there, and then there's an empty right there. The empty, they had the reefer running all night long. The reefer was still running, just sitting there at the dock. They had just left this reefer running. Well, we're not going to go, like, there's nowhere to get fuel. So Jenna was able to get him to let us take this. We got a nice 215 support our troops trailer, really nice trailer, that was sitting up front, and it was full of fuel, but it was really dirty. But she was able to get him to let us take that trailer, so we didn't have to worry about fuel. But we got to blow it out, and there's a lot of pallet debris all over the place. So so we finally got, and that trailer was positioned in a way that you couldn't make a right turn to go the only way you should be going with trucks, where we were in Long Island. The yard dog, who again, he also didn't speak English very well, was coming around trying, oh yeah, you can make a right turn. You know, he's got his tiny little day cab. I'm like, bro, I cannot make a right turn. There's a light pole right there next to that trailer where it's parked. The trailer is parked, pointed right at the street. In fact, when I backed up underneath it, the truck was taking up 2/3 of the width of the street. So four-wheelers were having to go squeeze around in front of me. And there's a light pole and some other stuff. And he's, oh, you can turn right. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way that this full-size Peterbilt and that trailer are turning right to go around that light pole. It's just not going to happen. So decided to kind of creep out going left, make this big circle back into that four-wheeler parking lot, then back up over next to this other shop, so that I could then come out the other driveway and be pointed the right direction that trucks are supposed to go down that street. Absolute, like, this is why, when I said yesterday I'm breaking my rules, we do not go into New York City for this very reason. It's just, we turned down like a $9 a mile load months ago that was leaving Pittston. You know, I might have taken a $9 a mile load if it was leaving like way back in the Midwest, but because that's only, you know, however many miles that is, it's like, no, like, I'm not, it's not. And the guy, the night dispatch was like, well, are you crazy? Like, this is a crazy $9 per mile load. I was like, no, I'm not doing it. It's like, I don't care what it pays, I'm not doing it. Well, because this one was 600 miles, it was in $4 a mile, and it was getting in for the payroll, that's why I bit into it. Never again. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. The only way, and Heathens mentioned this in his video, or in Discord, the only way is if you already have a pre-plan that's out of the city, and you can get in and out like in and out. I mean, like go in, drop and hook, and get out in the middle of the night. If you can come in at like 12:30 and be out of the city by 3:30 or something like that, that is the only scenario where I would even consider some stupid amount of money as being worth it. Because what happened to us today is we're in the only place we can park in all of Long Island. And I don't want to try. We've got a pre-plan, or not pre-plan, we're dispatched on a load picking up outside the city on the other side of the river tomorrow morning. So we're just kind of sitting, waiting so I can sneak back out of the city, back off Long Island, like after midnight, because I'm not going to go deal with that shit again. So we've kind of been stuck here all day, because I'm not going to go back through all that in the middle of the day on a weekday and fight all that, you know, just sit for hours on end in traffic. It's just not going to happen. So yeah, it was nice to get that big pile of revenue dumped on, you know, right there at the end of the pay period. But yeah, sorry, Prime. I don't mind the Northeast generally. Jenna and I, we come to Northeast actually quite often. I like most of New Jersey. I don't like Newark, but like, you know, the bottom 2/3 of New Jersey, always have great experience, great loads down there. You know, we do Maine, we do, I don't really like ice cream up in Vermont, but New Hampshire, New York, most of New York State, we do great loads. Hold on, baby. I don't mind the Northeast. I'm kind of the opposite of a lot of trucks. A lot of trucks don't like the Northeast, but like the West Coast. We hate the West Coast. We don't want anything to do with the West Coast. We'll come up here in the Northeast over the West Coast, but New York City, no. Nope. That's just, it was already a nope. Now it's a definite nope. Not doing it anymore. Like, it would have to be the absolute perfect storm to do it, and I'm not going to do it. So, what do you say, Jenna? Anything else?
I'm tired.
Jenna is tired. So, anyway, I think Remy wants to do something that involves not the inside of this truck. So that's up next, and I'm gonna go get some more sleep. All right, guys, that's our update today.
Someone send pizza.
Yeah, there's a Porta John where we're at.
Yeah, that's Porta John's isn't known for good pizza.
We're literally in the only place to park in all of Long Island. It is ridiculous. Why is there no truck stop in Long Island? There's trucks all over the place. There's no truck stop. There's like a little Ambest that has 2 diesel islands, but 0 place to park a truck. So anyway, be safe, make good decisions, always drive to thrive. We'll talk to you soon.